Okay, I'm going to work on something right now, and it's going to be, you remember this bag I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to experiment with making a bag around it? Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this basket of yarn balls, scrap balls. I'm going to challenge myself not to pull anything else except for what's in here. Don't pull any extra yarn, Angie. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna attempt to make this bag, a bag around this shell from the Dollar Tree. This crossbody bag. I am using a bigger hook, which is 5.5. Maybe I will go double stranded. This is the way I start mine. I just cross it over. And I pull through. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. I forget how many I made on here. But it's not really going to matter because whatever bag you have, you will just need to make a chain long enough. And don't make the chains too tight because then you will be fighting against it. So I have it, you know, tight enough. Let's see, how long do I have? Not yet. I have still working out. Do I make it a little bit smaller? I think a little smaller than actually bigger because it turns out bigger. So right there, and I'm not stretching it at all, just straightening it out. Still not there. I'm gonna do one more, let's see. It might be kind of long. Without stretching, that's how long it is. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that and we'll see how it goes, okay? If it gets too dark, I'm just gonna stop videoing and then I will pick it up tomorrow at whatever stage I have it. Okay, so I have my chain. If I'm going to make double crochet, then I should chain one more. But I'm gonna do single crochets and I'm just gonna go into the second stitch from the hook and create my single crochet. And then single crochet is no yarn over, and I try to keep it, you know, pretty even tension. Hear my dogs? I go in through that top loop. When we get to the end, usually if you wanted to go around a rounded area, you would add extra stitches, increase it, you know, to keep it from curling up. But we want it to curl up, so we only do one stitch per one single crochet per stitch. So when we get to that last one, we're not going to put another one in that one. We're going to go turn it around and go back. Here's the end. Here's the last stitch. You see that? I'm going to put it in there. And it's okay for it to be loose for right now because you can pull this and tighten it. Now I'm going to make my next single crochet, not in the same one, but in the next one. And now you can pull this little strand to tighten up that one. My next one right here, my next stitch, you see that? And you can work this one, work these strands in there. That's usually what I do. So just one single crochet in each stitch from the opposite side. They're going to share a stitch, the top and the bottom, but that doesn't count as two stitches in one because you're going around. And then once we get to the end, I will show you what to do, and then it's just a repeat after that. All right, I hope my bracelet is not gonna be bothering y'all. Okay, here we go. That was the last stitch. And you could tell where you started your first stitch here. There it is right there. We are not gonna go in that stitch. This is it. So here is our first single crochet, the top of it. So I'm going to insert my hook into there, slip stitch it closed, and chain 2, and it makes it rise higher. Then you will put this one here, and you will always see that that is your first one right there. But if you need a stitch marker, I don't have any out here, do I? Do I have any stitch markers out here? But that's okay, because you can use anything as a stitch marker. You can use a thread, a yarn piece. So here was your first one. Okay, here we go. And then now we're gonna do the same thing all the way around, okay? And we are gonna do that all the way around until we come back here again. And remember, no extra stitches around this round part. One crochet here, one single crochet here, one single crochet here, one single crochet here. Don't make any doubles, and it will just start forming square edges going up to the top. Today I took a nap thinking I was going to go to my crochet meeting, but I figured I was kind of too sick to go. I didn't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable with someone there that, you know, is sick. You can still hear my husband in the background. He's still coughing. He's the one who gave it to me. Anyways. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to be working on this. Morning, guys. Okay, I'm here again in my craft room. I still have all my mess here. I'm going to clean that up. But you know I want to crochet. So, remember what we were working on before? That's what we're going to work on now. Alrighty, let me get you set up. Okay, I got smart and I started using, I have this Yeti cup that keeps the coffee really hot. So I'm gonna use that while I'm in here, because my coffee always gets so cold. Okay, so we were working on this and this bag. So for you guys, I want to talk about this bag. I'm going to show you how to change colors like I did. I'm using 2 strands, but if you notice, the bag is going in, because when I made it, I don't know if I was doing something wrong or whatever, it was getting bigger than the bag, and I didn't want that. So I made some decreases along the way, just randomly, and now it looks like it would fit it perfectly, so I'm going to keep it as is. And we are going to work with this yarn here. Let me do what were we doing? We're just doing single crochets, right, guys? Let me move this out of the way. Here you go. We're just doing single crochets. Where am I? Right here? Okay. Which is pretty simple and easy, and it works up fast. So here we go. That's not a stitch. That's where we joined. And this is my 2. I made 2 chains to start, and that acts as my first crochet, my first stitch. I'm going to put it through the space in between. I always do that, and then I tighten up everything, make sure that it's all not tight, but you know, you can still move your needle, your hook through there and work it through there. And then, oh no, I don't, I just slip stitch it. And then we're going to start here. This is our next row. We're going to chain 2. To me, even though it's a single crochet, and usually I just do chain 1 to step up, this one is kind of thick, so I'm doing 2. All right, and here's the first stitch, and we're going to continue, and this is our next row. So let me see, am I staying in here? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to change colors here so I can show you how to do that. Okay, so when I change it, I've already been with this purple along a while, and it faded up. So I'm just going to cut the purple. Ah! Okay, that's it for the purple. So let's see. Do we want green? Do we like this? Do we want more black? We haven't had black. Where's the black? Let's put a black in here. Okay, we haven't had black in a while. Okay, so this is how I join it. It's not very technical, and some people might gasp, but that's okay. All right, I just tie it, loop it, tie it, and then I kind of stretch it like that to make sure it's tight. Now it's added on into my yarn. So now it's gonna change, and you're gonna be like, what am I gonna do with those tails? I'll show you. Okay, so single crochet, and my knot is, and there's that knot. I don't want it to come through, so I'm just kind of holding it with my finger. So then I'm gonna pull through, and then you could just pull that knot back. Okay, do you see how that knot is back there with that yarn? And then I'm gonna continue single crocheting, but I'm gonna catch this yarn behind me. That way it's worked in already, and you don't have to worry about loose yarn to weave in. So, but still, look, it looks pretty good. It's woven in there. It's tied in a knot, it's secure, and everybody knows I'm paranoid, so I need it to be secure, and I'm happy. Let me see how this is. See, I still need, I always measure things with my fingers. Am I the only one? 2 more fingers, 2.5 fingers, 3 really skinny fingers. Okay, for that. Okay, here we go again. This is where we made that 2 chains. So I put it in between the posts. Okay, and I slip stitch. You always slip stitch, and you do your 2 chains, and that's your next row. To me, that makes it easy and more distinct. I will come back when I need to talk about the zipper, okay? Now, this bag is a vinyl type of fabric, but when we attach it, I am going to hand sew it. So I was worried about that, but they sewed onto it right here, see? So either I'm going to sew onto that same line or a little closer to the zipper. We'll see how that goes. Be careful whenever you're single crocheting or just crocheting with 2 strands that you catch them both. I do have a spot in here where I know that I forgot a strand, but I picked it right back up, and I am going to ignore it. It never happened. If it doesn't bother you, keep going. Okay, here was where we started. You can tell. That's why I like doing that, because then you can tell where you're at. Now, if you feel like it's making your bag bigger, then don't go into this one. Go into the second one. It's up to you. I'm going to do that with this one right here. If you feel like, you know, always fix it. Don't always have to stick by the rules. You learn the rules. Learn how things work, and then you just run off and fly. And if you don't like something, change it. It's okay. Nobody said you had to do it one way. Well, somebody said it, but we don't listen to those people. I don't. I've never listened to anybody. I think it's because I grew up without a mother, and I had to figure it out on my own. Me and my siblings had to figure it out on our own. So we're pretty independent and pretty successful in our life. By success, I don't mean rich. We all live on our own. We all have families. We have good children. Yeah, so that's good. We have problems like every family, but you know, who doesn't? My gosh. I've been listening to this lady on the internet. I don't know how she got on my feed, but her name is Gladys McCleary, I believe. She's 103 years old. She's a doctor, a holistic doctor. And she has some wisdom in her. My goodness. My goodness. You need to check her out. Gladys, I always want to say Dorothy. Gladys McCreary, I believe. And she's so cute. I want to be like her when I grow up. I plan to be 103 and still going. I don't know if the body's going to go with me, but my brain is still going to be going. And hopefully my hands will still be working and I can crochet and you and I will be sitting here. 103, how many years is that from now? Oh my gosh, that's 46 years from now. I've only lived half my life. Well, look at that. We're here. We're here. I think this is where I'm going to be. So I'm going to make a chain going across here. I don't usually count. Oh, look, I ended up just, this isn't the, let me single crochet to the side of the bag. Is that the side of the bag? One more. So see, depending on your stitching, where you'll land. Gonna make a single crochet and hook it up here. If you wanted to, you could count every stitch you have here. But usually I just, and make the same amount of chains, but usually I just make a chain. And when I get over here, I get over here. That's probably why my things come out wonky sometimes, but that's the way Angie does it, you know? She's cray-cray. And then now make chains. And I'm gonna make them not too tight because I have to go in there when I make my next row. So I'll leave a little space. See? Okay, that's gonna look nice. You will have a good finished product. What the heck, people? Did I just go crazy? Okay. I'm not stretching it, but I gotta stretch it just a little bit. And I want it to come to here. Okay, come on. Alrighty. Let's see. How does that feel? One more. And then I'm going to single crochet back into that stitch and continue on. That's how you make an opening. When you come back, you're going to crochet on top of that. How you like that, people? Alrighty. Let me leave you alone. We can work on some more. We need to go up to the top there. Okay, continue on. Continue on. See you later. Going through the chain. Just going through the center there. Can you see that? I think I'm going to make it across the opening with the lilac. I think I'm going to make it across. Come on. Look at that. Looks good. Looking good, Angie. Looking good. Looking good, girly. Do you ever talk to yourself? I do. I'm my own best friend. Okay, look at that. Barely made it. Barely. So put those over there. Let's see where that knot's gonna come out. I want to keep that knot in the back. I'm gonna pull it in a bit. See how it's trying to come out there? I'm pulling it in the back. You stay back there. Alrighty. Same thing as always. Hide those strands in your stitches. Let them just work their way in there. Uh-oh, got to run out of the white. The white's coming to an end. This is a good way to use all your scraps. See? What color do I want next? Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to be random. I did random and I got black. All right, black and white, black and white. I think I went from white to black on this one before, the last time. So when you're doing this, you can always choose to have like, if you have one, like I have this yarn ball here, let me show you. That's multicolored. And so it's kind of hard to use just a small thing on something small because it has long stretches of one color, so it kind of looks odd. But on this one, it would be great if I used this through the whole thing. It changed colors as you went. So that would be awesome. Next bag is, I'm going to use that one. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, there's my end there. Okay. Look at that cattywonk thing. Oh, maybe you shouldn't be listening to me. Let's turn it around. Put it in through the top. Gotta stick your hand in there. Okay, go to the corners. Okay, alrighty. Okay, did Andrew have a good idea or what? See, when I sew it, I'm gonna sew it right here. So you just see the edge of the zipper, but not too close to where it gets caught in the zipper. This one also, and this will be on the outside. And this is awesome. And then I already have a strap. I don't have to make a strap. I can make a little something to adorn it. Here we go. How is it? Does it look like it's too big? No, it does not. It shouldn't be too tight on there, I think. Want to see somebody? My faceless gingerbread man. I don't know if you can see him. I'm gonna make his face. Isn't he cute? I'm gonna stand him right here. Right there. Or maybe he wants to lay down. Yeah, maybe he wants to lay down. I've got to make his face. I'm glad I did not make his face because I sold every single one of them last Christmas that I made. And I couldn't sell him because his face wasn't made. And usually I put the face in before I finish it off and stuff it. But since this one is going to be mine, he's going to have buttons for his eyes. I got to go look at pictures of what they look like. I made him, and I made all of these little Grinchies, and I have him because I haven't finished him either. And I think really, subconsciously, I want to keep him, and I am going to keep him. He's going to stay there. He's going to watch over us. What you say, Grinchy? What you say, Grinchy? Oh, you can't say anything. You don't got a mouth. Oh, alrighty. Stay there. You stand there. Yeah, I'm going to look at y'all for a while so I don't forget about y'all. Okay, I think we're going to stop here. All right, I am going to chain 2 just because, for safety maybe. Okay. Let's put the bag in, people. Let's put the bag in. Oh, you know what? This isn't I need to crochet to here. Or no. No. I need to slip stitch to there. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is what I need to do. Since my line is migrated over to this side a little bit, this is the side, because these are the openings. I want to get over here. How do I do that? Well, you go back where you came, you joined it. You want to sneak over there. So you're just going to make a slip stitch. A slip stitch. Or are you where you want? No, one more. Slip stitch. There we go. There we go. One more. I think one more. Slip stitch, another one. Alrighty. That's where we want to be. Now I'm going to pull it out so it doesn't get lost. Alrighty. Now we're at the corner. See that? Alrighty. Let's put our bag in. Okay. There we go. Okay. You know what? Maybe I should take this off already. Alright, throw that out. Okay, this bag is in here, people. Oh, my rings are getting caught. Alright. This bag is in here. We're not going to worry about anything yet other than closing it up on the top. Okay? So you see where I am right here? I may have to slip stitch all the way over to here. You know what? I could have even just stayed here. It's going to be a little challenging working with this on here. I'm going to have to move this buckle a little bit. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's turn it this way. We sneaked over. And since I'm going, I don't want to go backwards, so I'm going to sneak over some more. Sneak over until I'm like right here, because that's where the strap is. I'm going to leave the opening there for the strap. So we're still going to slip stitch over, still sneaking around. Let's see, that's what I call it, because, you know, like stealth stitching. You never know that you're sneaking up on them. How's that? One more. How's that? I think that's good. Alrighty. Alright, I think that's going to work. So here's my stitch. So what I'm going to do is go into some corresponding stitch here. Bring this through there. Alrighty, now I have a stitch ready to go. But we're going to do slip stitches across. Alright, and just grab that. Make sure your stitches are all good on your hook. I'm going to slip stitch, don't make it too tight. Gonna go to a corresponding one, make it kind of nice. Going to make a corresponding one. See, go to your opposite friend there. Doing slips. Alrighty. What do you think, people? We're gonna leave a long tail there, okay? And I'm gonna pull that out. Yay! So put these together, I think. Yeah. You want to hide it in between, hide this in between all of these little strands. See that? And this is where I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to pull it and cut it, then kind of stretching. Well, I don't know. Do you want to see me sew it in? I think you want to see me sew it in, don't you? Okay. Okay. I told you guys before, this is quilting thread. And I only use one strand. Let me go get my little clips. I have these little clips. If you buy them at like Joann's or something, they're very expensive. But if you go to Amazon, let me tell you, I'm a cheapie. I can't remember how much this was. $8? $6? So that's what I got. I'm going to, first, I'm going to thread my needle. When I was younger, my grandmother used to have me thread her needles because she couldn't see. She wore glasses, but she still couldn't see. So before I do that, let's pin. But instead of pinning, we're going to use clippies. And basically, I'm just clipping just to make sure it doesn't move on me and I have it positioned where I want it. So maybe 2 or 3. I'm going to sew into this part right here of the zipper. Every bag that, whatever you're working on is different, but you can always just figure it out. Just decide where you want it to be. So now I'm just making some stitches in here just to secure it on the bag. Now, I want the teeth not to be too close because you don't want to catch it, right? So then I'm going to just insert it into my yarn. And I'm going to probably back stitch. What do you think? Let's see how it looks on the inside. You do want the inside to look kind of nice. I'm getting stuck on my bracelet. You don't want it to look terrible. So try to make it nice looking. I put it the thread has come out through here. I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Make sure this is up higher. Go back a little bit. Go through and just bend the fabric, bend the zipper and the bag, and you'll do it. Let's see what that look like. See? Just make them smaller. They won't look so bad if they're small. It's kind of hard if you're doing it this way to make them small. Now, if you put them in like this and then did it this way, if you know, but you prefer to do it that way, so you can make tiny little stitches. That's what you should do. All right, but this is the way Angie does it. Yes, I know I talk about myself. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, now I'm going to go backwards. Now, okay, I'm going to cut it. And we get to see. Okay. Does it zip? Oh gosh. What if it didn't zip? Okay. Do I have to like close this? This is going to be a problem. No, look at that.